we're going to go over the NCR Counterpoint solution for wine and liquor. My name is Darlene McQueen, and I am an account executive with Retail Control Systems. Retail Control Systems, also known as RCS, is a top NCR solution provider. We've been providing the NCR Counterpoint system since, well, its inception. We've been in business since 1987. We have offices in New Hampshire and also Fort Collins, Colorado. We are a PCI DSS Level 1 service provider, which basically means we've gone through all the necessary certifications in the way that we manage our customers to ensure that it's PCI compliant. Today we have roughly about 1,000 customers worldwide, so that represents store locations using the NCR Counterpoint system. We provide an array of services that are designed to help businesses be successful with the NCR Counterpoint system. So we provide hosting services, a project implementation, so starting from the discovery process all the way through your go live. We provide training in web fashion, so training online. We have on-site training, so we can go to your location and provide you with training. And we also have a classroom set up in both of our locations in New Hampshire and also our Denver or our Fort Collins location. We provide exceptional support services. Today we have a staff of over 20 employees that are designated to provide support for our customers. Report customizations, integration services, and data conversions. We can take care of all of that for you. Arrow is our data center platform. It's built on the Microsoft Azure technology. We provide state-of-the-art servers, supercharged speeds, national coverage. We have engineers that are on standby 24/7, 365 days a year, providing you with security updates and data center expert monitoring. It's equipped with load balancing functionality as well as on-demand scaling, 2FA security, so two-factor authentication, and it meets all the certification levels for PCI and SOC 2 compliancy. A typical hosted deployment looks something like this. So you would have your stores. So you might have one store, multiple locations. Each store is going to look similar to this. So you'll have your checkout lanes, a payment terminal per register, and then probably a back office or two. Each user is going to connect using a YubiKey. So this is for two-factor authentication. Okay. We also offer services for something called Duo, which is authentication from your phone. So that is also available as well. Essentially what happens is we create a secure VPN tunnel that goes through your firewall at your location and then goes out to our data center. And of course, we have all the necessary firewalls and so forth at the data center level as well. Each register is equipped with offline ticket entry. So in the event of a disconnect from the internet or your server for whatever reason, the registers are designed to fail over into offline ticketing. So you can continue to process transactions through the registers. The credit cards have a couple of options. So there is a feature called Store and Forward in the Ingenico payment terminal. That allows you the ability to continue to take cards, and it will just store those transactions in the Ingenico in a secure and encrypted fashion. And then once the internet connection is reestablished, it will send those transactions out for authorization. If you're uncomfortable with that because there's a bit of liability, we do have some backup credit card terminals that can be accessible through either a cellular connection or you can have just phone lines. Okay. So hopefully that explains the hosted deployment model. So who is NCR? So NCR is the leader in retail technology. They're a $6.5 billion company. They do 700 million transactions a day, and this is in just about every industry that is retail focused, so including restaurants, convenience stores, supermarkets, and specialty retail, which is where the Counterpoint system falls. They have 20,000 service professionals around 90 countries. They're a top 15 SaaS software company. Today they own, and this is probably, it's probably higher up than this, but they own over 1,200 patents, and they're a top 100 technology innovator. So the reason that this is important is because as we see technology evolving every day, especially over the past year, it's important that you're aligning yourself with a company that has the knowledge, the tools, and the resources to make sure that they're going to be able to quickly adapt to that change. The NCR Counterpoint system comes with everything that you see here. So point of sale, inventory management, customer tracking, automated purchasing. There's an order management feature, sales history and management reporting. So over 200 different CAN reports in the application that allow you to manage your store through productivity reports and flash reports, as well as sales history that will track an item from the minute it's received to when it goes out the door. There's also time card functionality and accounting integration. So Counterpoint gives you everything that you need to manage your store. So the purchasing, the receivings, the customer tracking and inventory, and then it passes data or information over to your accounting system. So we essentially would just go through a process of mapping your chart of accounts. All right, so let's talk about some of the key features for a liquor store. So NCR Counterpoint has all the features your liquor store needs, from defining alternative units of measure. So if you sell beer in a 6-pack, a case, a 4-pack, in a single, we can define all of those units of measure. So you can have one item with 4 units and so forth. And each of those units can have a unique barcode and a unique price. You can also start transactions off with birth dates. So you can turn on birth dates. So it requires the cashier to enter in a birth date before they start the transaction or before they ring up a certain item. Mix and match pricing is great if you do things like a wine of the month club, where maybe they buy 12 bottles of wine and they get the 13th bottle at a discounted price. Filtered lookups would be great so that you could look up items based on unique features of the product. For example, I actually have defined profile fields in my Counterpoint database for craft beers and also for country of origin for my bottles of wine. So I have the ability to do a filtered lookup based on wine produced in Italy or craft beers produced in Colorado. So it's a very cool feature. Automated mins and maxes. You can set minimums and maximums on your item. You can actually automate that process too by category. But this allows for easy replenishment of product so that you always have what you need in stock for your customers as they come into your store. Real-time inventory. So it's important to know what you have in stock at all times. Automated purchasing, that kind of works hand in hand with your mins and maxes. So you can automatically purchase product based on when your minimums, when your items get to a minimum level. You can also do replenishment based on days of supplies. You can also do replenishment based on forecasting. unlimited barcodes. So you can store unlimited barcodes based on unit, based on vendor. If you print your barcodes, if you want the ability to have the cashier be able to scan a barcode you print or a barcode that's already on the product. So you can store them in the inventory database, and it doesn't matter which one that they scan. And then we do provide integration with a lot of e-commerce solutions on the market. So specifically Shopify, Magento, WooCommerce, BigCommerce, and then we also integrate with liquor store solutions like Websites is one that comes off the top of my head. The NCR Retail Apps are a great way to add more value to your Counterpoint system. Customer Connect is an email marketing solution that actually feeds on the data that is in Counterpoint and lets you do targeted emails based on customer activity. A good example of that is if I buy a bottle of wine from a vineyard, and I tend to do that over and over again, once they come out with a new brand for that vineyard, I could actually send an email out to all of my customers who buy wine in that from that vineyard. So that's great for targeted marketing. My favorite, especially if you have competition in the area, is to define an automated email that goes out automatically for any customers who don't shop in my store within a 30-day period. So on that 31st day, once the information refreshes, an email automatically gets sent out to those customers. So it's a great way to keep your customers coming back to your store as opposed to your competitors. Smart Alerts is a push notification tool based on activity that happens within Counterpoint. So a great example of this would be if you have a cashier that you think may be doing some fraudulent activities, you can actually set up a trigger on their login. So when they log into Counterpoint, it actually starts to track any refunds they do, any voids, any price overrides, and it will send a message directly to the manager so that they can actually go right up to that cashier and confront them on their activity. And then CP Mobile is an incredible multifaceted tool. It allows you the ability to actually cash out a customer. So there are peripherals that you can purchase that allow you to print receipts, that allow you to scan merchandise. So you can do a complete transaction with CP Mobile. You can use it as a line busting tool during the holidays. You can also use it to receive merchandise, to do physical inventory, and just do customer lookups and item lookups as well. So it's a really great tool to have. And important to point out that it runs on iOS technology. As far as printing labels, we work with Zebra Technology, so the industry leader in label printing and peripherals. So these are the label printers that we work with. And then as far as credit card processing, so NCR Counterpoint actually works with the Ingenico Lane 5000 devices. The technology within Counterpoint is designed to allow for point-to-point technology, EMV support, as well as contactless payments. So you can support Apple Pay, Google Wallet, among many others. It requires NCR Secure Pay Gateway, and basically what that does is it really secures your credit card transaction. It keeps all of your processing outside of your store. So it sends, once a card is swiped in the store, it creates a token. That token then goes out to the NCR Secure Pay site through the internet. So it does require internet in order to function. So it goes out to the NCR Secure Pay site, untokenizes that, gets the authorization, and sends it back to the store in token form. So there's never an encrypted card or any card data whatsoever in your database. It's always a tokenized token. essentially. And then it's point-to-point encrypted. So it never passes through your Counterpoint software. It stays on the Ingenico device, goes directly from the Ingenico to Unsecure Pay, and then back to the Ingenico. Hardware options. So we do provide an array of hardware options. These are 3 of them that we work with: Oris, NCR, and then Touch Dynamics. So if you're looking for hardware, we'd love to chat with you about our options and determine which is the best fit for you. And our goal at RCS is to make sure that you are essentially our customers for life. We do that by making sure that we provide you with the best training up front. So we give you the keys to the kingdom so you are empowered to utilize the system to its fullest capability. We provide you outstanding support. Again, as I mentioned early on, we have a staff of over 20 individuals in our support department that are dedicated to answering your call and providing you with a superior level of support. We provide you an infrastructure to support your growth. So regardless of whether you decide to host on our data center or if you want to put a server in your store, we'll work with you to make sure that you're set up in the right environment to optimize the Counterpoint system. You are provided a dedicated account manager. That manager is going to help you throughout your entire process with RCS. So whether you need some peripherals, some labels, need to get in contact with another individual at the company, you have a point person there to help you. And our goal is to make sure that you continue to stay educated. And we do that through a series of events that are done throughout the year. Our user conferences are typically every 2 years. We provide customer learning webcasts on a regular basis. In fact, we do have a YouTube channel out there which hosts a lot of those webcasts. So you can take a look at that. And then we do go on the road and provide retailers workshops. Those are typically industry related. So we'll talk about, retail trends, changes, how social media is impacting retailers, you name it. We've hit just about every topic. RCS does business with all types of retailers, as you can see by this list of customers. So because Counterpoint is so easy to tailor, we do business with Goodwill. We have over 26 different Goodwill organizations that we work with: the National Archives, Princeton Sports, Lands End, garden centers like Mahoney's, and we have several clients on the Bourbon Trail as well that we work with. And these are some of our liquor customers as well. All right, well, that is an overview of the NCR Counterpoint system for the liquor industry.